start seated.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but at Cape, when you join the gym, you know, all their classes are free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I haven't done it.
Good morning, everybody. We're on the green today outside for those of you joining us online. We have a few minutes before we start. So you can just grab a comfortable seated position. We have a few people in person with us also. The world is getting back to normal. Thank goodness. So before we start, just grab a comfortable seated position, nice straight spine, shoulders back, crown of your head up towards the sky, and just start to prepare yourself for class today. Taking some nice deep breaths. Clearing your mind and just focusing on being present. Don't worry about what's happening later today or what's already happened. It'll all still be there at the end of practice. And just take this time to breathe, calm your body, clear your mind. Maybe listen to the birds or the river in the background. Just remember this is your practice, so if something doesn't feel right or it's uncomfortable, just sit that asana out. Take a Tadasana or child's pose or just sit quietly. And we can bring our hands to heart center, thumbs on sternum and a light bow to your head. And just take a moment to give yourself some gratitude for coming to your mat today, for making your health and well-being a priority and setting this time apart for yourself. Know that this is a judgment-free practice where everybody is welcome. And when you're ready, you can rub your hands together and build some friction in the palms. Get them nice and warm on this brisk morning, and then transfer that heat to your heart center. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open and come to a standing position. Traditionally, that moving our hands to our heart center and let the heat go there, it was always bring the hands to your face and warm your face up. With COVID, we've been taught not to touch our face. If you do feel comfortable in the future and ever want to go to your face, feel free. So we're going to stand up nice and tall. Make sure we pull the shoulders back, crown of the head up towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths here. When you're ready with an exhale, just lower your chin to chest. Then with an inhale, bring your gaze up towards the sky, making sure not to pinch your neck in the back. And exhale, chin to chest. And go through one more time at your own pace. And we'll all meet back with our chin to chest eventually. Now with an inhale, we're going to roll our left ear towards our left shoulder. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale the right ear, right shoulder. Exhale back to center and go through one more time. And when you're done, we'll just meet back with our chin to chest. Now this time when we go left, we're going to go all the way around 2 times, and then all the way around 2 times the other way. There should be no pain in the neck. It's all gentle movement. And when you're done all those rotations, we'll come back with our chin to chest. And then when you're ready with an inhale, bring the crown of your head up towards the sky. We're going to bring some movement to the arms, so with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. Exhale, release your arms. And just do these at your own pace, matching your breath to your movement. Next time your arms are down by your sides, you can leave them there. And now we're going to inhale and open those arms out to the side and really pull the shoulder blades back, almost like you're holding a pencil between the shoulder blades. With an exhale, give yourself a hug and pay attention to which arm's on top. And the next time, put the other arm on top. So we're always going to inhale out, exhale, hug. Next time your arms are open, you can leave them out to the sides. And we're just going to make big circles with our arms, really loosening up that shoulder, and then change directions. And you can come to stillness, and we'll keep the arms out to the side and then goalpost our arms. With an exhale, we're going to touch our elbows, forearms, and hands. Inhale, open. And if the whole elbow, forearm, and hand doesn't touch, it's okay. Just trying to loosen up those shoulders in the back. Next time your arms are open, you can leave them there. And now with an exhale, just rotate so your palms are parallel to the ground. Inhale, up. Next time your arms are parallel to the ground, you can leave them there. And we're going to extend the arms straight out and just make a real tight fist and squeeze it as tight as you can and just keep squeezing. And now go between an open hand and fist. Waking up all the fingers, the forearms. Next time you have a fist made, you can leave it there and give it a real tight squeeze. And without moving your arms, just gently make some circles with the wrists. Change directions. You can come to stillness. We're going to open the hands and then bend the elbows so the hands are chest height. And just gently twist from side to side. When you twist left, your right heel can come off and vice versa if you'd like. But we're not forcing anything. It's all gentle movement. And you can come to stillness and release the arms, shake them out a little bit. We're going to place our hands on our hips. And we're going to imagine the 4 bells are hanging around us, and we're just going to ring those bells with our hips. And when you ring that front bell, be careful, protect your lower back. And change directions. And remember, we're having fun, so we're smiling. I'm the most guilty of that, so I can't say anything. I have to remind myself too. And you can come to stillness. Place your hands on your knees and put a bend in the knees. And we're just going to make some circles with the legs. And change directions. And you can come to stillness. And you can leave the right toes on the ground if you'd like, or if you'd like to lift that right foot and just make some circles with the ankle, trying not to move the leg. And change directions. to switch feet. And change directions. And we'll place that foot down and just take a quick Tadasana or mountain pose, up nice and tall, palms facing forward, shoulders back, holding that pencil between the shoulder blades. Take some deep breaths. Blink your eyes open, and we're just going to do a few forward folds to warm the back up. So with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead, and with an exhale, we're going to swan dive forward with a nice flat back. You can bend your knees as much as you like here. It's about elongating the spine. We don't want a lot of tension in the hamstrings or calves. Maybe interlock your hands to elbows and bring some gentle movement to the spine. You can come to stillness and exhale, release the arms. Make sure you put a bend in your knees, and with an inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, release your arms, and we're going to do one more of those and add a halfway lift. So inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Just hang here for a few breaths. If you have a lot of tension in the hamstrings, just put a micro bend in the knees. With your next inhale, we're going to straighten the legs, place the hands on the thighs, and come up to a nice flat back. And while you're here, there's a few things you want to focus on. Make sure you're pulling your shoulder blades back, pushing the hips back, neck and head forward. Engage your abdomen. Don't let it just be passive. You don't want to completely flex it, but just engage it. And if you'd like, you can tighten your thighs and lift your kneecaps up a little bit. Great job. With an exhale, forward fold. Make sure you put a micro bend in the knees. And then with an inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. Great job. We're going to go back to down dog and do our first set of sun salutations. So you can come up to the front of your mat. Hands are down by your side. And with an inhale, we're going to inhale both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. And check in with the form that the shoulder blades are back, abdomen's engaged, the back is nice and flat. And then when you're ready with an exhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. So you want to have the hips nice and high. I'm lifting my head up a little so you can hear me better. But we're trying to push our chest towards our thighs. You can pedal your feet because it's the first down dog of the day. Maybe with an inhale, come up real high on your tiptoes and push your feet or hips real high. Exhale, sink those heels down to mat. One more time. Inhale real high. Exhale, sink those heels down to mat. Now when you're ready with the next inhale, we're going to come forward to plank. And you can come to your knees if you want, but you want to make sure this plank is nice and strong. Engage your core. Lower the hips down. Keep breathing. And when you're ready with an exhale, lower the whole body down at the same time. Put the top of the feet on the mat and come up for cobra. Head and chest are up. Pushing the tops of the feet into the mat. Pushing the hips into the mat. And breathing. With an exhale, lower the head and chest. Roll the toes, and with an inhale, push back to down dog. Look between your hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up and exhale the arms down. We're going to do 2 more of those. The next 2 will be a little quicker than the first one we did there, just to get through it. So here we go. Big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, down under control. Inhale, up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale, down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And one more time through. Big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, down under control. Tops of the feet on the mat and up for cobra. Exhale, down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. Take a quick Tadasana. We're not as cold anymore, are we? That's okay. You can talk. They know you're here. Those sun salutations are great if you just have 15 minutes of yoga to do a day. What we've done so far is about 15 minutes. You can blink your eyes open. We're going to go back to our hands and knees. We're going to use down dog to get there, so we'll use that same sequence. I guess he doesn't like that. So here we go. Big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And we're going to stay for a few breaths again. Really check in with your posture. Shoulders are back. Engage the abdomen. And this pose right here is great for when we say swan dive forward or reverse swan dive with a flat back. This is the position you want to go through. And when you're ready with an exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and come back to down dog. Now feel the difference between this down dog and the first one. Remember, we're trying to push the chest towards the thighs, not reaching the head for the thighs. And when you're ready with an exhale, you can come down to your hands and knees. Make sure your wrist, elbows, and shoulders are in line here. Tops of the feet are on the mat. And with an inhale, we're going to send our right leg straight back and point your toes to the wall behind you or the area behind you. We want that leg as close to level with your back as we can get it. And you can stay there if you'd like, or if you want to add on, extend the left arm, thumb to ceiling. Nice deep breaths here. And now we're going to do 3 knee to elbows. So with an exhale, bring your knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend. when you're ready with an exhale, you can put that hand down and knee down. And we're going to go right to the other side. So send that left leg straight back. And if you want to add on, send that right arm out, thumb the ceiling. And 3 knee to elbows here. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. And exhale, put that hand down and knee down. And we're going to come up high on our knees now. And if you're on the side of your mat, you want both knees on that edge or in the same line. And then we're going to put the right foot out to the side. And what's really important here is that if you draw a line from this knee, it's going to hit the foot. We want to be in a line. And if you can get the sole of that right foot on the mat, great. So inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over that right leg. And try not to let that left shoulder come forward. We want to be pushed up against a pane of glass, elongating that left side. With an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring that left hand down the mat and right arm way up overhead. Nice deep breaths. If you want to add on a little bit, you can lift that left hand up off the mat and use your core to hold you. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready with an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to do the other side. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, fold over that left leg. Nice deep breaths. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, bring that right hand down the mat. Left arm way up overhead. And if you want to add on, just hover that right hand, use your core, and breathe. With an inhale, using your core, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees. And we're going to do a supported side plank. We're going to do a couple versions of it today. So the first one, we're going to put our right hand directly in front of our face. And make sure your right knee is in line with that. And then when you're comfortable, we're going to send the left leg back and the left arm up to sky. You can stay here if you'd like, or if you'd like to lift that left leg, work on balance and a little bit of strength. And if you do it and fall out of it, it's okay. Come right back to it. Great job. Exhale, come back down the center. And we're going to do the other side. So left hand's right in front of face. Left knee's in line with that. Send the right leg back. And right arm up to sky. Nice deep breaths here. You can also lift that right leg. Exhale, come back down the center. I'm just happy I got my lefts and rights straight today. Last week I taught a class, and the entire class I had it backwards. So we're going to do another version of a side plank. This one's a little harder. We're going to lay on our right leg, and we're on the right hip. Right hand is down. So the right leg is straight. And then we're going to put our left foot in front of our right knee. And then with an inhale, we're going to lift everything up. It's going to take a lot of side strength there. Yep, you guys got it. Great job. Nice deep breaths. Exhale, come back down. And we're going to do the other side. So we're laying on that left leg. The left leg is straight. And then put that right foot in front of the left. And inhale everything up. Nice deep breaths. And exhale, come down. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees. And we're just going to do a puppy pose here. So we're going to be up real high on the knees, and don't let your hips come forward. We're just going to stretch the arms out and bring our forehead down to the mat. Keep the hips nice and high. If you're comfortable there, maybe you can put your chin on the mat, and you might feel that between the shoulder blades. With your next inhale, push yourself back up into your hands and knees. We're going to go back to down dog, but before we do, we're going to hover a little bit. So we're going to roll our toes and inhale, lift those knees about 6 inches. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale, push all the way back to down dog. And we're going to do a little more core work here. So with an inhale, lift your right leg up as far as you can behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to right elbow. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale back. You can exhale, lower that right foot. And inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale back. Place that left foot down. Look between your hands and walk or step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, release the arms. And just take a Tadasana or mountain pose. Nobody's cold anymore. Take some nice deep breaths. If you're warm, you can always exhale through your mouth. Blink your eyes open. And we're going to do a Warrior One sequence today. So we'll stand up nice and tall, hands at heart center. And we're going to step our left foot back. And for Warrior One, you want to make sure your foot's on a 45-degree angle. So if you look at those toes, they're pointing to that area just outside the upper left-hand corner. The whole foot's grounded and the right knee's bent. This left hip has to be forward. If you can't get it forward, just move that leg in a little bit. Chest is forward, and then engage your arms. I'm going to try to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Open that chest up and breathe. Great job. We're going to bring some movement to this with long, slow breaths. So with an inhale, send your arms up as high as they can go. And with a long, slow exhale, bring the arms down and they touch out front. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center and back overhead. And do 2 more of those at your own pace. We'll all meet back in Warrior One when we're done. With an exhale, bring your hands to heart center And we're going to go to high crescent lunge here. So we're going to turn that left foot so we're on the ball of the left foot. And sometimes if you have balance here, you can move this left foot out further. It'll help with keeping you steady. You want to make sure you're on the toes and the ball of the left foot. And then with an inhale, bring both arms up for high crescent lunge. Nice deep breaths. Good job. And we're going to go to low lunge from here. So with an exhale, put both hands around this right foot. We're going to lower that left knee and put the top of the left foot on the mat. Place both hands on the right knee and just pulse your hips forward a little bit. And you're going to feel it in this left thigh. When you feel something that you can live with or you're comfortable with, try to stay there. And then with an inhale, bring the arms up. Nice deep breaths. And you can stay here with a straight spine, or if you'd like, you can gently lean the spine back, opening your chest to the sky. Make sure you're not tilting your head back. We just want the spine to go and the head to follow. With an exhale, place both hands around this right foot, and we're going to go back to half monkey. So inhale, straighten that right leg. Bring the right toes up to the sky. And this is pretty intense on the hamstring and calf. The torso's up high here. With an inhale, come up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Trying to bring your chest towards your knee, not reaching your head to the knee. If it's too intense on your calf, you can always flatten that foot. The hamstring, that won't help with. Nice deep breaths here. Maybe with an inhale, just come up about an inch or two. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up just an inch or two. Exhale, fold forward. That's a great way to see how you can use your breath to help with the movement. With an exhale, we're going to bend that right knee, put that right foot back on the mat, then roll the left toes and lift that left knee, and then just come to a standing position. Now we get to do the other side. So up nice and tall. Step that right foot back for warrior one. Make sure again that whole foot's grounded. Bend in the left leg. This hip is forward, chest is forward. Inhale the arms up for warrior one. Nice deep breaths. We're going to bring that movement to this side. So with an inhale, the arms come up. Exhale down and out front. Inhale, heart center and overhead. And do a total of 3. And meet back in that warrior one position. With an exhale, bring the hands to heart center, and we're going to go to high crescent lunge. So we're turning that right foot. We're on the ball of the right foot. With an inhale, bring the arms up. Nice deep breaths here. With an exhale, put both hands around that left foot. Lower that left knee and put the top of the left foot on the mat. Place both hands on top of this left knee. And then just pulse those hips forward. When you find something you can live with, stay there. And then engage the arms. Nice deep breaths. stay with a straight torso, or if you'd like to lean back and open the chest to the sky. We're going to go back to half monkey from here. So with an exhale, both hands come around the left foot. Straighten that left leg and left toes come up to sky. Bring your torso nice and high. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You might notice one side might be harder than the other at this. That's normal. Maybe with an inhale, come up an inch or two. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up an inch or two. Exhale, forward fold. With an exhale, we're going to bend that left knee, put the left foot flat on the mat. Roll the right toes and lift that right knee. And then step forward. And take a quick Tadasana. Up nice and tall, shoulders back, palms forward. Take some nice deep breaths. You can blink your eyes open. And for balance today, we're going to do Warrior 3, but what's really important with this, I want to show you first, is we're going to put our weight in our right foot, and when we get ready to go into Warrior 3, we want to make sure our torso and our left leg are in line. So as this torso comes forward, the left leg comes up. What we don't want is the torso to be here and the leg to be there. So wherever you stop, keep that line so that the hip, right hip is the hinge, and the rest of your body's on a joint, straight line, I mean. Ultimately, we'd like to be here. And if you're comfortable there, you can always extend your arms. And we want to make sure this hip is facing the ground. We don't want it to open up. So, up nice and tall, put the weight in the right leg. Micro bend in that right knee. I like to have a focus point down in front of me because that's where I'm going with my gaze. And then when you're ready, just hinge forward. And if you step out of it, just come right back to it. Great job. Keep going, guys. And when you're ready, you can step out of it. And we'll do the other side. So put the weight in that left leg, micro bend in the left knee. Find your focus point down on the ground there. And just come forward. And if you step out of it, just come right back to it. And just keep practicing it. Great job. Ready, you can step out of it. Good job. That's a great balance pose, and I think it really gives you control of your whole body, and it's a lot more challenging. So great job. We're going to do chair pose. So we want to have our feet touching, our legs touching, up nice and tall, hands at heart center. With an inhale, we're up nice and tall, and with an exhale, we're going to sit down into that chair. And what's really important here is that you can see your toes and wiggle your toes freely. Most of your weight should be on your heels. And then with an inhale, whatever angle your body's on, you want to inhale and send the arms to continue that angle. And I'll show you from the side. We don't want the arms down here, the body there, and the arms there. It's just a continuation of that angle. Great job. With an exhale, bring the hands to heart center, and we're going to add some twist. And the big thing here with this twist is that the lower body does not move. So with an exhale, twist left. Check in with your knees while you're here that they're still in line. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right. Just the upper body's twisting. Inhale, back to center. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. I know it's getting tough. If you're comfortable, maybe you can get down a little further in that chair and breathe. With your next inhale, stand all the way up, arms overhead, and then exhale, swan dive forward, releasing all the tension in the thighs and hips. With an inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Great job. And you can step out of that. We're going to come to a seated position, and we'll get there through squat. So if you want to do squat, we can do it. Or you can just come to seated. You want to have your feet about mat width apart. Toes going out, hands at heart center. Up nice and tall with an inhale. And exhale, squat down. When your heels come off the mat, that's when you want to stop. If you're all the way down, you might be able to get your elbows inside the knees. And you'll feel that in the inner thigh or groin. Nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can come to a comfortable seated position. If you're sitting cross-legged, you can sit straight-legged too if you want, Robin. If you're sitting cross-legged, switch the way you're seated, because we all have a way to want to sit. I always want to put this leg first, so if I consciously make the effort to do the other one, it's a great way to bring balance to the way you sit. So we're going to do a seated twist, up nice and tall with the spine. Inhale, both arms way up overhead. Exhale, bring that left hand to right knee and right hand behind back. We're twisting from the rib cage, letting our gaze go towards that right shoulder. Just take deep breaths here, no movement. Now with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind back. Twisting from the rib cage. With an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Once again, we're trying to bring our chest towards the ground, not reaching our head for the ground. With an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. We're going to keep the hands up there. We're going to interlock our fingers and do the Charlie's Angels fingers. So the pointer's up, the thumb is back. And now we're just going to make circles with our upper spine. It's an unusual movement because we don't normally move our back this way. But once you get used to it, it feels great. And change directions. And you can come to stillness. Reach the arms straight up to the sky. And with an exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. You can place your hands on your knees. And we're going to do a seated cat-cow here. So with an inhale, we're going to bring our chest forward, gaze up and rock your pelvis back. Exhale, cat. Arch the back, roll the pelvis forward and chin the chest. And just do these all at your own pace. Bringing nice movement to the spine, neck, and pelvis. And after After your next cat, you can come to a nice neutral spine. Crown of the head up towards the sky. Hands are still on the knees here. Now we're going to make circles with our whole spine, so using that lower back. And you can kind of rock from side to side on your glutes if you'd like, making the circle a little bigger. As much moving as we can get. And change directions. And you can come to stillness. And now we're going to do that seated twist again after doing some other back work and see if we feel a difference. So with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. Exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. Maybe with your next inhale, just come back towards center about an inch or two. Exhale, go further into that twist. And with the next inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. Exhale. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind back. With an inhale, just come back an inch towards center. Exhale, back into the twist. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Just take a few deep breaths here. Relaxing any tension in the lower back or hips. With an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And exhale, release the arms. And we're going to come to a seated position with our legs straight out in front of us. So you want the spine nice and tall. We're going to just do a little bit of core work here. And when you're ready with an exhale, we want to lean our torso back to about a 45-degree angle. And you're going to feel the upper abs kind of kick in and grab. And when you feel that, stay there. Nice deep breaths. Don't hold your breath. If you want to add on, you can extend the arms straight out in front of you. Palms are towards each other. And if you still want to add on with an inhale, you can open those arms. Exhale, close. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, close. And one more time. Inhale, open the arms. Great job. Exhale, close. Just hold for a few more breaths. And then with an exhale, lower all the way down so you're flat on the mat. Now we're going to do the lower abs. So when you're ready, inhale, lift your right leg about 12 inches off the mat. You can point your toes and make big circles with that leg. Using the hip, continue to breathe. Change directions. And you can come to stillness. And then with an exhale, lower that leg and inhale, lift the left leg. Big circles with that leg. Continue to breathe. Change directions. Come to stillness. Exhale, lower that leg down. And now we're going to do both legs. So with an inhale, lift both legs up. It's going to get a little harder, but make sure you keep breathing. And make some circles with those legs. Change directions. Come to stillness and hold them elevated. With an inhale, pull your knees to chest and gently rock side to side. Giving the abs a little bit of a break. And relaxing here. You can come to stillness, and we're going to send the legs back out to that elevated position and hold them there and breathe. And with an exhale, lower those legs down to the mat. And just take a little break here, a couple deep breaths. You can bend your knees and bring your feet as close to your hips as you can get them. And we're just going to do some windshield wipers here. Have your feet about as wide as your mat, so you want them out wider than your hips. And with an exhale, let your knees fall off to the left side, keeping both shoulders flat on the mat. Nice deep breaths here, just relaxing. And then inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, let both legs fall off to the right. Inhale back to center. Now this time we're just going to do the left leg. So let the left leg fall off to the left, keeping that right knee straight up towards the sky. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let the right knee fall off to the right, keeping that left straight up to sky. Inhale back to center. We're going to inhale and pull both knees to chest and just gently rock side to side here. Giving a real nice stretch on the back here, pulling those knees to chest. And then exhale, lower your feet down to the mat as close to your hips as you can get them, but a little wider than the hips. We're going to do bridge pose here, so have your knees pointing in just a little bit. And then with an inhale, lift those hips up to the sky. Making sure there's no pressure on your neck, it's all on your shoulders. If you're comfortable where you are, want to go further, maybe you can come up onto the tiptoes, pushing those hips up nice and high. Exhale, lower down. And inhale, pull those knees to chest one last time. Give a tight squeeze. And we're going to do happy baby here. So if you can reach between your legs and grab your feet, and then send the soles of your feet up to the sky. Just relaxing. Great for circulation, letting the blood in the feet move. Maybe rock side to side gently. If you can't grab your feet, you can always grab your calves or ankles. With your next inhale, we're going to send the feet straight up to the sky and straighten the legs. Maybe point and flex your toes. And then with an exhale, lower those legs down to the mat. And we'll get ready for Shavasana. So you can have your feet about mat width apart. Toes going out just a little bit. Arms down by your sides. There's no movement here. You can just relax your face. Lighten any tension in your jaw. Lighten up your forehead. With your next inhale, tighten up all the muscles in your arms and make a real tight fist. And with an exhale, let go of all that tension. Just let it melt into the mat below you. With your next inhale, tighten up all the muscles in your legs, almost like you're lifting them, but don't lift them. And with an exhale, let go of all that tension. With your next inhale, let it fill your torso. Let your belly come out with the inhale. With the exhale, just let go of all that tension. Focus on your shoulder blades. We've done a lot with our shoulders today. So with the next inhale, send it to your shoulders. And let the exhale take away any tension or discomfort in the shoulders. Let your shoulders just melt into your mat. For the remainder of Shavasana, let your chest and belly move freely with each inhale and exhale. If thoughts come to your mind, let them float away with the exhale and come back to your breath. Slowly bring awareness back to your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes or roll your wrists and ankles. And when you're ready with your eyes closed, roll onto your left or right side. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's symbolic of leaving behind what we'd like to leave behind in practice, starting our day and our life from this point forward. And when you're ready with your eyes closed, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position with Anjali Mudra hands or prayer hands, thumbs on sternum, and a light bow to your head. And before we finish practice today, I'd like to end with an Om Shanti. It's one big breath, and Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So we can do it together if you'd like. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'd like to thank you for practicing with me today. At the beginning of practice, I talked about how this is a judgment-free practice and all are welcome. We often think about judgment as us judging others or them judging us. But more importantly, it's about us judging ourselves, learning to love and accept ourselves for who we are, while we still continue to try to be the best version of ourselves we can be. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for being here. For those of you online, thanks so much for being here. If you have any questions or feedback, make sure you let us know. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Namaste.